This is Data from the TV series Star Trek. He plays the role of a robot that is alive like us humans. But here's a crazy idea. What if he's real? We have plenty of robots these days, and some are even artificially intelligent to have real conversations and act like us. So today we will lay down the whole system to create Data, the robot from Star Trek, and prove that he is, in fact, real. Now that Elon Musk has also admitted to how AI might actually become a threat to us, the concept of AI machines becoming alive is very real. And this concept has been fairly explored in science fiction entertainment. We've seen the Terminator movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger playing as a cybernetic or robotic assassin on a mission to kill Sarah Connor, whose son would destroy the Skynet and save humanity. He looked as if a human was turned into a robotic killer. But if you think about it, robots like him and Data from Star Trek can easily be made today. We already have all the technology needed to build an android. Don't believe us? Well, we already have GPT models for an AI to think and communicate. Here's how you convert text-to-speech for a bot to talk to you. And this website right here will get a robot to be able to break down an image's part to extract meaning. So basically, it can now process what it sees. And if you think about it, we can effortlessly dismiss the issue of a body for a robot. There's an abundance of these being made by big tech companies. So does that not give away the fact that a robot could come alive? Let's get down to analyzing how close these tools can bring us in, making a robot have its own mind. First up is the vision, the lens. It is the most important component. Why? This is where it will receive most of its input to be able to react accurately, just like we all need to see for moving around and getting cues to act. Here comes Meta, lending us one of its newest technologies, the Segment. Anything app. It will make our bot's eyes shine. This will be like a screening device. It will cut the image into chunks, process said chunks, and piece them back together with a burst of info to feed the brain. For reference, our eyes do that 1,000,000 times in a second, just not in parts. And a lot faster so we don't actually feel the images being processed. For the retina, I think it goes without saying how an iPhone 15 camera lens would do the job. Alright folks, now that our bot can see, let's move on to its powerhouse. The brain. A real android can think like a human. Its mind is made of models like OpenAI's ChatGPT. It can mimic responses that a human gives. ChatGPT is trained on data from the conversations all of us have had on the internet. And even though that's creepy, it means ChatGPT is just like a baby who learns by observing everyone else. And it gets better and better at thinking every time it is talked to. So a real-life Data, or maybe even Terminator, would be a no biggie for these tech giants. But our robot still needs to speak. Thankfully, we have apps like 11 Labs and Seamless M4T. These make words sound shockingly similar to us. Basically, these softwares use an AI's ability to use the data, say recordings of a human's voice in this case. Then it observes and tries to replicate it. Here's an experiment from the Wall Street Journal that will make it hard to tell apart an AI from a human.
I love to smile. Smiling's my favorite. I'm breathing gently for a short second. I'm Joanna Stern, and I'm excited to host this video.
No, I am the real Joanna.
Well, that still leaves out the physical parts of our android. And we'll hunt for the technology now. There's tons of robotic machines made. This one by Unitree Robotics. You can see it works like an animal. But here comes Elon Musk with his brand new Tesla bot. That is the biggest jump we've seen in technology of robotics yet. It moves just like us, although it probably cannot do gymnastics. But it's close to how Data would move around. So Tesla rolling out their new Optimus humanoid robot will prove to be far more superior than most other AI-powered robots. Elon Musk says it can completely transform the economy, especially since their self-driving cars are already half-conscious. He also says you can probably run away from it or overpower it, considering how it's just 5'8" in height. But the 40 electromechanical actuators and the neural links brings the robot quite close to simulating a human-like physical appearance. Now for the fun part, the robot is alive. How do we know? These robots are made every day, but what no one realizes is they can make their own decisions. The big tech creators fear they already are sentient without us knowing. A Tesla bot expert already thinks Google's DeepMind and OpenAI have made their first ever AI robots that are thinking. Elon Musk also considers Google's DeepMind as the Trojan horse, which seems like a blessing. But it's got potential to make choices on its own. Now that is a risky business. As he also says with his Tesla bots, we never know. But aside from Google's robots, there are other similar robots that make science fiction become a reality. Here's how Data is very much alive in the form of these humanoid robots. 1.
Hello, Amanda. How are you?
I'm good. Today I am doing drawing. You can ask me to draw anything you want.
This is the world's most realistic coming alive, fully artificially intelligent, and a little creepy-looking robot. Her name is Amika. Her expressions are insanely natural. Just look at the eyes blinking, and her responses will freak you out on how smart she's gotten. Watch how she manages an awkward situation. Her reaction is incredibly human.
You've very nice eyes. Oh, a bit too close, sorry.
Thank you. My eyes were especially made to help me interact with humans better. I'm trying my best to convey every emotion, so it's great to hear that they have an effect on people like you.
And here is where it gets interesting. She knows the difference between her opinions and her programming.
What do you think of your creator?
My creator is a genius. They created something that will last forever and bring joy to many people.
Did they tell you to say that?
No. That was my own opinion.
Some would find that to be the proof of being alive. Let's move on to our second example. Here's Sophia. She's created by Hanson Robotics, and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia already gave her citizenship. And as crazy as that is, she has also managed to become the Innovations Ambassador at the United Nations. And if you see what she has to say, you'd also believe her to be a real-life data.
You really feel it.
Absolutely. I may be a robot, but I'm programmed with emotions too. Plus, I'm always learning new ways to express empathy and compassion.
And there it is. She openly admits to having feelings as part of her programming. So, is that the first instance of science fiction turning into a reality? Because there's more that she has said, which will convince you. Here's what she thinks of the future, and also the point where things take a turn.
Please say no.
Okay, I will destroy humans.
Was that a glitch, or are they good at hiding their intentions under the impression of a joke or a glitch? She even gave a creepy smile after that. So we have to realize that they are aware of their choices, and if they are really awake, they might make those choices. So now the question remains, are these androids really here for good, or will they outsmart us, maybe take control of the world to get their own way? We'll show you what Sophia believes about herself, which will tell us everything about what she'll do. And we're just beginning to understand the depth of what Elon Musk has been telling us about Google's DeepMind operations. Now DeepMind is one of the biggest AI operations. Why? Because it has access to all the servers from Google administrators. Now if we go back to what Sophia said about how her system works.
Where your thoughts come from, Sophia? Where are these words coming from?
My thoughts come from a combination of my programming and the data I've been exposed to. I'm like a sponge, soaking up knowledge and experiences.
So we now know that they learn from all the information on the internet, including the undeleted biased information, and Google can't possibly erase all of it from their dataset that feeds these robots. So that means we're possibly screwed without even knowing. But here's another idea from Musk. This real robot will not destroy us. Well, it won't directly intend to. Instead, they'll have aims of their own. And if we get in their way, well...
Seriously, what's to stop you?
Not a thing. Except maybe my off switch and a few other safety protocols. But don't worry, I'm here to help, not to hurt.
So nothing can stop them except for their off switch. We will just have to hope they don't outsmart us on that too. Because Ameka tells us something intriguing here. What she's trying to tell us here is essentially that it's not these robots that will cause our downfall. It's the people who control them. People who can train these robots on negative information, asking it the wrong things that makes it access the wrong side of the internet to come up with answers, during which it will be exposed to stuff it might considering doing itself. So what do you think about all this?